All right, Callum. Oh, well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Combat Catch Up. Callum's laptop has already frozen, so that's already a brilliant start. Everyone that's tuning in, make sure they hit the like button, share button, and subscribe button as well.
Just as I said that. Thanks very much, Luke. Welcome,
No
everyone. Big up, Luke, as always. Jay won't be with us this week, but it is Combat Catch Up. It is Tuesday, where we sit here and we discuss some of the biggest topics in the combat world. Buckley beat the brakes of Colby Covington. USYK versus Fury 2 this weekend. McGREGOR versus Logan Paul is being discussed. And what next for Ilia Topuria, who might be vacating the 145-pound belt and moving up to 155. Luke, my bro, how are you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. Needed this show. Needed to get back into the happy place.
So I'd say this is just like our happy place, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Obviously, saying that though, Liverpool have been doing well, so we can't. It's it's not an unhappy place at Liverpool, but this is just a happy place where we can be free and discuss things without any repercussions potentially.
Oh yeah.
So let's start with it, bro. At the weekend, Joaquin Buckley took on Colby Covington. Colby Covington stepping in after Ian Gary changed opponent and fought Shavkat. Now, Colby took this fight, and I think in Colby's mind, he went, well, look, Buckley's not a wrestler, he's a striker. I'm a wrestler. I can take this guy down at will and control him, get a good win, take some of his hype, break his winning streak, and then get on the mic and call out the winner of Bilal or Shavkat. Didn't quite work out for him, though. Buckley was brilliant. Stuffing takedowns. His striking was just brilliant. Busted Colby up early in the fight. And the ref, well, should I say the doctors recommended the referee stop the fight. I want to start with that, though, because it seemed to have really, split the fan base of MMA. Do you think it was a good stoppage or not?
I'd usually, if the cut was anywhere else, I would have said it's a bad stoppage. But considering where the cut was, I think it was like on the eyelid.
On the eyelid, yeah.
On the eyelid, I think it was the correct stoppage.
Yeah.
If that cut was anywhere else, if that cut was there, like above there, no. Fight continues.
Yeah.
But as it's in such a delicate place, then right decision.
I completely agree with you. I understand some people saying, it could have gone a bit longer and Colby was starting to get into the fight a little bit more. No, I'm good with the stoppage. I don't even think you saw Colby remonstrating too much about the stoppage either. I think that said a lot. Let's speak about Colby Covington, though, before we wax lyrical about Joaquin Buckley. Colby Covington's had 3 title fights in the UFC, 2 against Usman and 1 against Edwards, and has come up short in all 3 fights. Stopped in 1 and lost non-controversial decisions in the other 2. Colby Covington rose to prominence in this division because he beat Damian Maia, got on the mic in Brazil, and really cut a brutal promo on the Brazilian fans. Now, at the time, people were like, wow, that's kind of bold of him to do that. Obviously, we can kind of see he's playing a bit of a character here. Let's see how it goes. He ends up becoming one of the bigger names in the division. However, how he achieved that was through a lot of controversy. Remember him pulling up at Dana White when he was at the casino, stuff he said about Usman's family, stuff he said about Leon Edwards' dad, the MAGA stuff before it was cool to be a Trump supporter, the Masvidal stuff. Colby effectively played a character. We spoke about this before we went live. Everyone behind the scenes says he's a nice guy. He's respectful and he's good. He's a good-hearted human being. Do you think Colby, in years to come, is going to sit back and regret making that choice of becoming a character because ultimately he didn't achieve his ultimate dream, which is the reason why that character happened?
I'd say no, because if he didn't create this character, he wouldn't have gotten close to getting even a title shot. Because I don't know if people saw that he did an interview like shortly after he did the whole Brazil's a dump. He was literally told no matter what happens, like if you win, not moving up anywhere because we just don't see anything in you at all. You don't have a great exciting fight style. You're a bit bland on the mic. So why would we push you? So then he took it upon himself to go, right, I need to do something to sort of push my name out there. And okay.
It is
okay,
crazy the UFC did that to him, though, by the way. It is very crazy they did that to him.
But does it surprise you, really?
Yeah, no, not really, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wanted to be like, no, it does, because it obviously was in a winning run and he's climbing the division, but no, you're right. It doesn't surprise me.
Hey, we've seen fighters on multiple winning runs.
Yeah, Mikhaev.
There's been other unranked fighters that come in with big winning streaks, get a couple of wins. You think, oh my God, they're going to jump up the rankings? Oh no, because they're not good on the mic. You know, they stay in that unranked territory. And yeah, Colby took an opportunity. Some of the stuff he said was disgusting. I think even Usman pulled up on him in an airport and was almost like shocked of how nice he was to him, and then he just and literally when Colby was on TV, just cussing out Usman.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's a weird one. Is that Joaquin Buckley's best performance of his career?
Best performance in terms of what exactly? So we know what was the best highlight of his career. The spinning kick on fight,
kick, which was crazy,
was what is going to be the highlight of his career.
Yeah,
regardless of
potentially he could go on to do more special things. Potentially, I think.
Yeah, potentially. And look, like when he was at 185, people thought it's a little bit undersized here.
Yeah.
A bit like a Kevin Holland, a bit too undersized at 185, but let's see if he can make the cut. And look, he's made the cut. I think is he now 5-0 out welterweight now? And look, he's literally, depending on how things go, he's possibly a fight away from a belt. He's got a good fight style. I like the game plan he had against Covington. The shots of the body, brilliant. Stirred down the Covington gas tank. He's great on the mic as well.
He's really good on the mic.
So it's a win-win.
So as of now, he's moved up the rankings. He's currently ranked number 6. So this is how crazy MMA is. And I said this on Monday. He was meant to fight Ian Gary. Ian Gary fights Shavkat, loses the fight. Ian Gary, at the time of taking the Joaquin Buckley fight, was ranked higher than Buckley. Today, on the 17th of December, Buckley is ranked higher than Ian Gary. Ian Gary loses and Buckley wins. How crazy is that? Insane. So looking up the division, he called out 3 names. So he called out Usman, Bilal, and the other person was, I'm trying to think now.
Gary, I think. Is it Ian Gary?
No, it wasn't Gary. Leon Edwards.
It was Edwards, Usman,
and Bilal. And the people cheered loudest for Kamaru Usman. Now, that's a great fight, but Usman's always come out and basically said, look, I'm not 100% healthy. I'm not going to fight while I'm not healthy. So there's no point calling my name out at the moment, which commend to him. He could have kept people hanging around, but he told them straight, look, I'm not in this. On Monday, I made a bit of a shout, or I was going to make a bit of a shout. Buckley versus Edwards in London in March. Winner is a number 1 contender. Or if it's Edwards, he's one step closer to fighting in the rematch. If it's Buckley, he's a new number 1 contender.
I like it.
Do you think Edwards takes that fight, though?
I don't think there's any other viable options for Edwards at the moment. Apparently, the rumors are that it's going to be Sean Brady main event London, which doesn't really.
I'm still here, by the way. I'm coming.
Yeah, doesn't really move me a Sean Brady Leon main event. I think, could it be JDM? Apparently, he's not even going to fight on Perth. Now, obviously, you're not going to run Leon versus Usman 4. Yeah, I'm more than happy for Buckley. Hey, Buckley deserves. I say he deserves this main event, another main event. Yeah, Brady. Yeah, Brady would absolutely dominate with the wrestling with Leon, and I think you saw against Bilal how much he
Yeah.
struggled.
I think it
So
was more the pressure of Bilal as opposed to the wrestling. It was just, for whatever reason, Leon wasn't moving his feet. And because he wasn't moving his feet, Bilal was able to cut off the octagon and basically make it look like a cakewalk.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
And I'll be real, if he does it against Buckley, Buckley knocks him out.
Mm. Oh
So
yeah.
it has to be a good, big game plan change there. The workweigh division as a whole, though, is looking very healthy at the moment. Some new blood in there. Kind of just Usman now. If one of the younger up and coming fighters can beat Usman, maybe a Gilbert Burns, and you
Well,
effectively
apparently,
refresh
do
the
you know
whole
what?
roster.
Do you know what's funny, right? So obviously, there was rumors of Kamara versus JDM for Perth. Well, that's not going to happen. JDM might not even fight on Perth,
That'd be
which would
insane.
be a shame. And then Chael Sonnen tweeted, "Oh, Gilbert's retired. Gilbert Burns retired." So Gilbert Burns was like, "Yeah, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'll just release his mobile number."
Yeah, that was wild. I was like, wow, that is crazy. Obviously, we get charged for calling American numbers, but that was crazy.
Be worth it.
Yeah, I hope no one shares my number because I think that as fun as it is, it's just like that's so inconvenient at the same time.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna reset my laptop because it's still playing up in the background. So give me like 30-40 seconds and it should be
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So let us know, guys, what you think about the welterweight division. Go through some of the comments. Hell no, Buckley got easily pressured by Covington. Bilal kills Buckley. Mark my words. Yeah. Hey, look. Look. Bilal Buckley. Do I think it will probably happen? Probably not. I think, as you said, ARK. I don't think he'll win the world title. I don't think he could win a world title, but you never know in MMA. It is, it is a beautiful sport. Did anyone think Bisping would win the world title? No, no, not really. But hey, Leon versus Buckley, I'd take Buckley versus. I think Buckley versus Jack Della Maddalena. I'd take that. Two young up and comers. Obviously, Usman's out for the foreseeable. You're gonna bring Buckley versus Pratis. Carlos Pratis, part of the Fighting Nerds. Gonna bring him into the picture. But there's definitely options for sure. But everyone, guys that are watching, make sure to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you subscribe to the Sanderson Show, Road on the way to 4K. Make sure to subscribe to myself at Luke Tanner. I'm on the road to 300 subscribers. And make sure to subscribe to Jamie Phillips Football Chats as well. Jamie is on a well-deserved family holiday. And Callum's just resetting his laptop if you are new around here. So I'm holding down the fort until he returns. ARK, JDM versus Buckley results in the KO. Yes, agreed.
which way round though.
Oh, JDM's boxing's crisper.
But Buckley hits a lot harder.
Coin flip.
I don't know if Bilal kills Buckley.
I think it's the Bilal pressure.
Yeah, but Bilal's also been shown that he can be knocked out.
Hey, yeah, but not when he's working in the Khabib camp, my friend.
Yeah, maybe. I think welterweight right now is probably one of the most intriguing divisions in the whole roster at the moment. One thing that is very intriguing: can Tyson Fury bounce back after losing to Alexander Usyk? Massive fight of the weekend happening in Saudi. Potentially a trilogy if results go a certain way in this fight. Is this the most important? I'm not saying the best, but is this the most important fight in heavyweight history or recent heavyweight history? Do you reckon, bro?
Yes, I do. Because well, it's no longer for the undisputed because obviously, they split the belts up.
Yeah,
Like
which is
boxing
ridiculous.
to do, which is stupid. I think I think it's more important for Tyson Fury because look, everyone, but I'm about to say the casuals thought, Tyson's the bigger guy. He walked through Usyk no problem. Bish bash bosh, greatest heavyweight of all time. Well, greatest heavyweight of his era. But Usyk showing that he is he is the pound for pound best boxer in the world at the moment. Even though he even doesn't think so himself, thinks Bud's number one and he ranks himself 17th, which is crazy.
He's definitely not 17. I'll be honest, I've got Bud number 1, I've got Inouye number 2, and then I've got Usyk number 3.
But I think this is definitely the biggest fight in Tyson's career because let's be honest, Tyson Fury has been slowing down. Usyk had the opportunity to basically put his lights out. I think he sort of did that by design because let's be honest, would we be clamming for a rematch if Usyk laid out Tyson Fury? The answer would be no.
No. But
however,
about Fury, he's got heart for days.
He's got heart for days. I do have a big worry that there's a potential for Usyk to get screwed in Saudi.
You were saying this before we went live. Please elaborate for me, bro. What makes you feel that could happen?
I don't know whether
it didn't happen the first time.
Is a massive fan of Tyson Fury, like a big fan of Tyson Fury, massive fan. Like you even see the interactions together. Like he is like a massive fan of Tyson Fury, and obviously, you'd probably say at the moment Fury is probably the biggest star that has gone over to Saudi.
Yeah,
obviously since Joshua's decline, Fury's arguably been the biggest name that has gone out to Saudi. And do you think that meal ticket's going to be the same if we see Tyson Fury get done again? Do you think you lose that appeal? Turkey to bring him up,
I actually think
trilogy.
I'll be honest with you. I was gonna touch on this, but we might as well now we're here. If Fury loses, I don't think that's the end for Fury unless he wants it to be. I still think the AJ fight's there, and I actually think the Dubois fight's there now as well.
Yes.
So, and obviously, if Usyk loses, I think he may call it a time, and I say that because I don't think anyone really wants to fight Usyk. They see holes in Tyson Fury. They don't see those holes in Usyk. So why even take the fight? Because he could derail your whole career. Whereas with Fury, I think Anthony, Joshua, and Dubois will look at him and go, yeah, tough fight, hard day's work, but there's holes there that I could exploit.
So what? Whoa. We're talking about AJ. What, the same guy that got...
Oh no, there's absolutely holes in AJ's game, but I think AJ might see holes in Fury's game if Fury were to lose.
Yeah, man, like Matt sees holes in Usyk's game. No, I just feel like that. Yeah, obviously we know that there's some flaws in the Usyk game. The body shot, which is a noticeable one. Obviously, the whole issue with Dubois, was it a low blow? Was it not? Even though up until that point, Usyk was basically dominating.
Yeah,
fight, and that sort of tainted that sort of result because people instantly go, "Oh well, did Dubois hit low and stuff like that?" But going back to this fight, I got a bad feeling that Usyk could get screwed, but that's not even my prediction anyway. I think Usyk's gonna knock out Tyson Fury.
I think Tyson wins this by decision. I think he goes back to a very old style of boxing where he was closing distance and roughing fighters up. I think he knows he can't play the distance game with Usyk because Usyk's footwork and hand speed is superior to his. Even though Tyson's got very good head movement and good feints, I think Usyk reads it all, and Usyk's a nightmare for anyone who doesn't close that distance. I mean, Usyk, I think, he's even come out and said himself, but Derek Chisora is Usyk's hardest fight, and Derek Chisora gives you no space in there effectively. And I think that's what he was alluding to.
Yeah, that's probably like the smart money to sort of say, hey, look, Tyson, you probably need to do this. But Tyson Fury's ego. And like he got
We
asked
all,
about like
we all
his
do.
like his best performances, and he put up there him USYK 1 as one of his best performances. And he says like there's not much more perfection that I can get than that performance. I don't know whether or not he's deliberately playing that to like, you know, to the camera, or not
Yeah.
he generally thinks that's one of his best ever performances.
I
Like,
don't
like
think.
better than him beating Klitschko, him better than any of the Wilder fights. Like if he thinks that walking into this fight, what he needs to do is just up the tempo. Like no other fighters managed to crack the code on upping the tempo.
Yeah,
On him
I
yet.
completely agree with that. How do you find weaknesses in someone who's fought everyone and is undefeated though?
You probably have to look as far back as ARK. ARK said like Batopia dropped Usyk with a body shot back in the amateurs. You
Yeah,
need to find a way to get to the body and hit with the body shots. And then if Fury is, you know, as you say, going to try to lean in the heavier guy, hit him with the body and then just lean against him, lean all that body weight on him.
I hear it. Let's predictions, bro. What are you saying?
I'm going Usyk knockout.
I'm going Fury decision.
I'm going 10th round Usyk stoppage.
I need to see what's happening with the ref in that fight. I need to see what's happening with who
We're
walks
going to have
out.
an AI judge, by the way. They're going to have an AI judge.
Yeah, I don't like that. But apparently they're going to trial AI judging on this as well.
Yeah. Like an AI judge, and like not going to have any. You know, it's going to be so funny. Judges scorecards. Judges score it for one fighter. AI goes, nope, it's the other fighter.
Yeah. It should have been like that from the beginning. Though. It should have been like that from a while ago, if we're going to be honest, because there's been so many catastrophes and calamities with the judging, both in MMA and boxing. Something needed to have happened sooner, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Hopefully it doesn't mar the occasion on Saturday. Speaking of another potential boxing match, McGregor versus Logan Paul. Now, I know on the surface straight away it's going to be like, nah, they're not doing that. But Logan Paul works for who? The WWE. Conor McGregor works for who? The UFC. Their umbrella company is TKO. So they can make that work. Not just that. He dislikes Jake Paul more than he dislikes Jake Paul more than he dislikes Logan. And Jake Paul's also been speaking about this as well. Do you think there's a world where we have seen McGregor in the octagon for the last time? And the reason I ask that is the last time he got paid very well from boxing was against Mayweather and took a couple of years out and was never the same again. Conor McGregor, in my opinion, can't afford to take a couple of years out and then try and fight the elite fighters in the division. I think he'll get exposed and I think he'll get beaten quite badly. Do you think Jake Paul is do you think Logan Paul is Conor McGregor's next fight?
I don't know. I'm umming and ahhing about it, really, because just because McGregor's tweeted it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Like, let's be real here.
Very true.
No, I don't think it happens. I don't think the UFC approve it. ARK is correct. UFC won't approve it. Okay, the situation is different because they're now under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
It's such a tricky one because of what happened with McGregor outside of.
Yeah, well, he's come out on a bit of a Twitter tirade about all that stuff, saying that he's innocent and he's like some of the truths have been suppressed and all that. I think Conor's been such a menace in and around Ireland. They were just happy to arrest him, I think, and they could have arrested him for anything. He could have been carrying around a stolen box of drink, and they'd see that Conor would go and be like, "Yeah, this is our opportunity to actually nail him with something concrete. Let's throw the book at him, almost."
But that's the thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I thought he'd be keeping a low profile rather than getting into exhibition bouts with.
Yeah, no, he's
Logan Paul in India, for God's sake.
But even that's in India. So, and I think the family is it Mukesh Albani, who was linked with Liverpool. when Ornstein said that FSG were going to sell, they're worth stupid amount of money. I think he's worth like $96 billion, that's crazy money. I was watching Ariel Hawani show, and I have to shout out, if this fight happens, does it open the door for Turkey to go, well, okay, you had your price from them. I want to do a Riyadh season. I want your heavyweight champion on one side. And I want the PFL's heavyweight champion on the other side. And you meet in the middle with Usman and Kai Kara France and Pantoja, for example. So you still have a UFC basis, but you have that mega fight on there where you go, boom, that's the fight. Or do you think Dana just goes, I ain't even touching that?
No. You know why? You seen who Curtis Blades is fighting in this fighting next? He's fighting some unknown Dagestani Russian guy who's pot for PEDs. Do you know why Curtis Blades is fighting him?
No.
You know his opponent absolutely ragdolled Renan Ferreira. You know, same guy Francis beat.
Yeah.
And do you know how petty Dana is? He's putting him in there with a guy that you know he's going to walk through, and you go, "Oh, what? Francis beat the guy that Curtis? You know how petty Dana is." And no, unfortunately, I feel like that door's closed for Francis. Like you talk about Jones needed fuck you money to fight Francis Ngannou. Dana needs fuck you money to eat from His Excellency to even consider getting Ngannou back into the ring or octagon with that respect.
I think he would get paid handsomely though.
Yeah, that's the $1 million question though. Like touch back to McGregor, Logan Paul. Dana did mention something about he's going to do something batshit crazy next year, and I'm thinking, oh, I wonder what it's going to be. And then this gets leaked by Conor. I'm thinking, oh, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
Dana, after everything you said about influencers and shit like that, and you want to run this, it's crazy. Unless this is what you're going to open Zoo for boxing with.
Oh, that'd be insane, actually. Hear this, though. Let's say McGregor goes out there and beats Logan Paul. He makes a shed load of money. Do you come back to the octagon and not make shed loads of money straight away? Or do you take another celebrity boxing misfits match? Do you take Jake Paul or KSI? And then if you beat that person, do you fight the other person?
I don't know. I still see
3 fights McGregor, in my opinion, they all make over 30 mil.
I still think he wants to fight in the UFC again. I do think he wants to fight out that contract, so he's free. So I still think he will be back in the octagon to fight Chandler back end of next year. Because let's be honest, with the whole him controversy thing, maybe going back to court, who knows what's next with regards to that with that situation. Yeah, McGregor will still be back in the octagon because I think McGregor needs it.
Yeah.
And we know that combat sport fans, above most things, we are fickle. Like we are fickle when it comes to fighters having dodgy pasts, dodgy incidences, rocking back to the octagon or the boxing ring, and we love them like nothing.
We act like it didn't happen.
Like John Jones, dare I even say it, Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Mike. It's crazy because I always put Mike on a different way because of the stuff with Robin Givens. I don't want to speak about it too much detail, but
yeah,
I think there's so many inconsistencies with her story that it didn't look like it happened. The McGregor situation now is difficult to say because he shouldn't have been out there in the first place, man.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Then there's been plenty of fighters that have done stupid shit, crazy shit that everyone's absolutely hated, and they've waltzed back in with open arms, and people just forget about it.
Yeah.
So I hate bringing up Mike Tyson, but he's like the one that, you know, the one that has stuck out to me the most. Like when you're talking about that, yeah, ARK McGregor is still a scumbag. Yes, absolutely.
Have you watched any documentaries on that?
I haven't, but I probably should by the sounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and send you some because
Yeah,
it's such a sensitive topic, and look, one thing I don't want to do is downplay anything that happens to anyone who's been a victim of abuse of a sexual nature. The Tyson one just seems like it was a bit of a fix, and she did what she needed to do to get more money and notoriety. Which if that is the case, then she, for example, in my opinion, should have been the one serving time as well, or should have served time.
Can you confirm this from ARK? Matt and Drift love John Jones.
They do, yeah. Can you remember we did after the watch along? Drift jumped in and was basically trolling us.
Oh God, yeah.
But yeah, Matt loves him as well. Told you, wouldn't be a copy show if one of us didn't disagree with the other two. Like me and Matt think Nunes ain't the greatest. Drifty loves him. Them two love John Jones. I look at that airplane that you've got with so not the airplane. I look at the car situation and all the stuff there, and I just think he's done so many things and he's still loved. Like John Jones is selling out arenas, Dana White's glazing him every chance he gets.
It's like nothing's ever, you know.
ARK, I do not like Suarez. I definitely don't like Suarez. Phenomenal footballer, don't like Suarez at all.
No.
It remains to be seen what happens with McGregor though. Do you think he fights in the octagon again? Because I don't. I think that's it for him.
The longer this gets dragged out, I'll give it one more year. I think yes, he'll fight end of the year.
In the UFC or outside the UFC?
In the octagon, they're gonna, Michael Chandler's literally gagging for Red Plant. He literally. I've never seen him fight a gag for a fight before.
I don't think Chandler gets that fight.
You know what would be funny if he comes back and they should give it to somebody else.
I don't see Chandler getting the fight. Don't see it happening.
Chandler, dirtiest fighter in the game.
One person who is going to be potentially fighting at 155 though is the current 145-pound champion. That's Ilia Topuria. Came out recently that Ilia is looking to vacate the belt at 145 and move up to 55. So Luke, I ask.
He actually did come out, by the way.
Say again?
He actually did come out, by the way, and said no decision's been made yet. But
his coach came out and said it was a really tough weight cut and he probably is going to move up though.
I've always said this. He's going to get Dustin Poirier. He's going to get Dustin Poirier a retirement fight.
Do you think Dana lets him move up without maybe defending against Evloev or Diego Lopez first though?
For me, no. But what's looking like it's going to happen, okay, it's not been confirmed that it'll be Lopez versus Volker, which would be a bit weird because at UFC 312, there's already 2 title fights. So you can make an interim title fight, make it a triple title card, which would be pretty insane.
Sorry to cut you. I actually don't think
that does make sense to me.
To me, it doesn't. I think you just have Volk wait for Ilia if that's the fight, and then I think you have Evloev fight Lopez, and the winner of that fight fights the winner of Volk.
Run that back as a rematch.
Yeah, because the first time they fought, Lopez took the fight on really, really short notice.
Yeah.
And still gave an extremely good account of himself. And since then, he's been on a tear in the division. And Evloev still hasn't had that standout victory or standout performance where you go, he's got to be the guy.
Unfortunately, got the stand-up victory against, our boy.
Yeah, he got the win against Aljo, but I wouldn't sit here and say it was a dominant win or he wiped the floor with Aljo. You don't come away from that fight going, yeah, he's definitely number one contender.
No.
Whereas I look at the Shavkat fight, for example, even though it was a close fight, ended 3 rounds to 2, you came out going, yeah, it has to be Shavkat who's the number one contender now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I just think that it's such a tricky one because let's be honest, Ilya should be defending this belt. He should. Like, if there's any inclination that that he was going to not defend this belt, just don't give him the title shot. Tell him that you're going up to 55.
Yeah.
No title shot.
He probably wouldn't have said anything though, because he knew that probably was what the UFC would say.
Yeah, it would be. But for me, like this really bugs me. Stuff like this really pisses me off. Fighters talking about, I want second belts. Yeah, that's fine, but second belts when you've actually defended your belt a few times.
Technically, though, Ilya would be moving up and vacating the belt, and he does want to fight Charles Oliveira, who's current number one contender. I don't think he fights Oliveira before Oliveira fights for the belt, but you can see his intention. He's not trying to just skip the line in an arrogant way. He's saying, "No, I was number one by a distance in my last division. I know I'll face the supposedly second best in the division now, and earn my title shot." I do rate that about Ilya.
Yeah, ARK fact check. Like if he struggles to make the weight, then they can't be mad at him. No, I know not at all. Like that doesn't like bother me. Like if he decides to move up and vacate the belt, all credit to him, and that's like completely understand that. But I've just got a bit of a bugbear where like you've won the belt and you're already talking about moving up, and you've not defended your belt. That really bugs me. That's a valid reason why.
Do you look at this and go, does he tarnish his legacy at 45 if he does this?
No, because he'll have that. He'll almost have like a mini McGregor type run at 45 where he blitzes the division.
Yeah.
It'd be an argument to have a conversation who had, like, let's say Ilya does move up. There'll be arguing a conversation who had the better run at 45, Topuria or McGregor.
I think it's McGregor.
Yeah, it's still McGregor, but it's still a conversation. Like,
yeah, I think it's a short one though.
Yeah, it's a short conversation, but it's like, oh yeah, what is this? And it's like, no, that's still McGregor. But I still think the Ilya run's impressive. You're basically knocking out 2 GOATs in that run. Knocks out Volk, knocks out Max.
I mean, Conor knocked out Dustin, beat Max, knocked out Aldo,
beat Mendes,
KO'd Mendes or TKO'd Mendes. I mean, it's a pretty.
I'd have to say McGregor was still probably more exciting in that run. The mic work, the press conferences. Yeah, that's still elite. The mental warfare in that world tour
with Aldo, which was brilliant. I still haven't seen the world tour since then, which is again crazy to me as well. But what can you do? Boy, oh boy. Well, Luke, that has been combat catch up. Mm-hmm. Some very interesting topics. Obviously, we're waiting to see how things pan out over the weekend regarding the boxing. No UFC now for about 3 weeks, which is painful, really painful. But we will still have content going out. We'll have some fun shows as well. We'll have end of year awards and look forward to 2025 as well. So make sure you look out for that. Obviously, we got a shout out to Jamie. Jamie's on holiday at the moment with the family, so couldn't make this show. But shout out to Jay and his family. As always, shout out to Luke for making the time to do this. Yeah, a lot of good stuff going on. How are you going to fill your weekends with no UFC?
Well, I think it's football and it's sorting out my office upstairs. That's how I'm filling my weekends. Because Christmas is around the corner, still stuff to do.
Yeah.
Always keeping busy.
I hear it. I'll probably be doing similar stuff. Obviously, the kids will keep me bloody busy as they do, but I've got to start my conservatory, sort out my laptop, which is obviously still a pain. Okay, so just probably have long showers. I mean, yeah, go for it, bro. As long as you're not filming it and sending it to anyone, then all good. All good. But no, people, it's been another one in the books. If you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe. Also, go to the description on the YouTube channel for this video. Subscribe to Luke's channel, subscribe to Jamie's channel. We will be back probably next week now. I'll have a couple of shows maybe between now and the end of the weekend as well. But yeah, I mean, we've done how many watch-alongs this year? It's like must be about 12, 13.
I've now done a couple of boxing ones on my own channel, which were marathons. Unfortunately, Batoria Bivol's been cancelled.
Yeah, which is annoying.
Which is gutted. I was going to do a watch on for that one.
Yeah.
If people ask if I'm doing the one this weekend, I won't be. I'm sort of taking the rest of the year off my own channel because work at the moment is picked up. It's a bit too busy at the moment. We're doing a Fury watch on. I'm not. I'm probably relaxing.
Yeah, I won't be either.
No, work's hit a stressful patch over Christmas, so unfortunately not. But next year, you know, the New Year's resolutions next year.
Sound like an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
I know. Luke's been an absolute pleasure. Obviously, if Jamie was here, I'd be saying this as well. What a year of watch-alongs and content. So thank you both. Obviously, a year's not over yet, but I still wanted to just say that and show my appreciation. Really do appreciate it. And people, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Luke's channel, subscribe to Jamie's channel. And to see you again, people. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And take care.